Hey there, good evening, everyone. Welcome here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph, and I am the host of this show. So, we're here to do an episode of What's New. Um, Late one. Had to go out, so couldn't get that last episode in. Had everything backed up a little bit today because I was trying to get that extra video in. Anyways, so I'm home from where I was, and we're here to do an episode of What's New, featuring Geoff Tate and Operation Mindcrime number 3. So he's doing one on his own, not with Queensryche here. So this album was released May the 3rd, 2026, so just recently. It's about 44, almost 45 minutes in length on the Geoff Tate label, or an independent label if you prefer. John Moyer and Kieran Robertson being the producers, plural, sorry. The band consists of Geoff Tate on vocals, Kieran Robinson on lead guitar and backing vocals, John Moyer on bass and backing vocals, Dario Parente on guitar, Amore Altamayer, I think that's how you say it, on guitar as well, Rich Bauer on drums, and Clodagh McCarthy on support vocals. So basically she does some of the vocals where female parts are required. So it looks like there's a total of 13 tracks on this album. Basically, this is a melodic kind of progressive type of hard rock or heavy metal. It's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be. I'm not as familiar with Geoff Tate as a lot of other people that do this kind of thing are. I was never really followed Queensryche. I have one Queensryche album, but never really kind of followed them. And to be honest, I don't really follow progressive rock, progressive metal that much anyways. This one's okay by progressive metal standards. I did give most of the songs a pretty decent rating. You've got your melodic parts. There's some keyboards and piano throughout the album spread out. Various different, mostly on the opening parts, but various different parts of the song. The vocals are good. He's got a very different voice, almost operatic at times. It's got some funny inflections to it. It can be deep or high, but it's also very clear. There seems to be there's a real lack of that breaking of a voice, a cracking or scratchy or raspy sound at all from his voice. It's just very clear. Production on the album is excellent. Very strong album too, I think. Now, I have no familiarity with the first two versions of this, Operation Mindcrime 1 or 2. I've never heard either of them, so this was all new to me. The female voice is good too. The production is absolutely crystal clear. It's one of the better production albums that I've ever heard, actually. So the opening track is called The Scene of the Crime. This is basically just a small bitty, as we might call it. Nice some synthesizers and sound effects, voices, keyboards, almost kind of a church organ type keyboard going on here. The next track is You Know My Fucking Name. Nice name. Nice. It opens up with some keys and synthesizer parts, and then there's a guitar solo part here at the beginning too. More voices, so it's like all the stuff's kind of mismatched together. And then you got the vocals, which again clear and high in the range. Backing vocals, pretty predominant here, covering a lot of that background sound. And it's got some nice vocal dominant parts, some catchy guitar riff, and solo parts as well. Decent song. Next up is The Answer. Like this one a little bit better. Melodic, heavy guitar riff. The vocals are clear, mid-range to high range. Again, free of any inflections, very clear sounding. Forced high vocal part, very high at some parts of it, and then a kind of a fast-paced guitar solo towards the end. The next song I'll just call Vulnerable, a little over 4 minutes in length. Heavy melodic bass and guitar riffs going on here. The vocals are a little bit husky here, but I think it's an attempt to create a sound. and a high-end range. The multiple vocal parts are melodic and heavy as well, and it's got a nice melodic heavy guitar solo. The next song is called I'll Eat Your Heart Out. One of the best songs on the album, I think. Catchy, beefy, high-end guitar riff, real catchy. The vocals are deep but high, clear, and without any real inflections on them. It's quite good. Multi-guitar parts, vocal parts here, so got different voices in there, more than one guitar going on, really catchy. Very catchy track. The female vocal part has this kind of an Eastern, kind of Asian, kind of Oriental feel to it. The next track up is Do You Still Believe? Another decent track. Nice piano opening, quiet, and some synthesizer and keyboard parts here. The vocals quite full, clear, emotionally charged. Some melodic percussion sounds as well. The vocals for the female, a bit on the low range, clear, great sounding. The solo is melodic, heavy at first, and then faster as the song goes along. A nice acoustic guitar part towards the back end of the song too. Pretty interesting song, actually. The Devil's Breath is next. It's got a kind of a picking up-tempo guitar riff, but does get heavier as the song goes along. I mean, he does that kind of a husky feel to his voice again, but without inflection. Almost Bowie-like in the way it feels and sounds, actually. The vocals are the backing, very nice. A distant screaming sound, really kind of weird. It's a melodic rhythm section. The solo is melodic, but forward as well. The next song is the other song that I like a lot on this album, but it's just a small bitty. It's called Ascension. It's got a kind of a watery background going on, and then you got this acoustic guitar bit, which is very clear in production. Sounds really good, actually. Just a short little, less than a minute song. Set You Free, another heavy, beefy guitar riff with some nice rhythm section here. Vocals clear, another Bowie-like inflection going on here. The female voice is strong, and they do a kind of group vocal part together, which is really quite nice too. Towards the back end, it's a little bit slow, melodic, distorted guitar part, and then a high-end vocal to end the song. The next one is called Dissension, low, high, fast-paced song, nice solo with a melodic rhythm section. This one is another short kind of bitty. And then you got the next song, which is also fairly short, just over 3.5 minutes, called Power. This is a melodic, distorted guitar opening. Very beefy riff on this song. The vocals are masculine, heavy, beefy. Probably the most like that on the album. The other vocal parts, which kind of a medium, high range, very forward and very clear. You've got a nice solo here, which is beefy, forward, heavy, then a little bit on the fast-paced part. This is one of the weakest songs on the album, though, even though it's got lots of different stuff going on, just not terribly memorable song. The weakest track on the album is this one here, You Can't Walk Any Away Now. This is a short 2.5 minute beeper here. Phone ringing, voices, and then there's discussion that goes on through the whole thing. It's not really a song. It's more like they're giving you info that leads into the final track, which is A Monster Like Me. Melodic guitar and drums here. The vocals melodic, clear, heavy, emotional, mid-ranged. It does slow down a bit here on this song. It doesn't really get fast. It builds up a little bit and then kind of drops off. It's more of an atmospheric song, especially towards the back end of it. Overall, not that greatest song. So the last 4 or 5 tracks are kind of not the greatest tracks. If he cut those out, I think the album would be much stronger, but I guess he's telling a story here. And so it's kind of a concept album, so makes sense. Sometimes you just have to put filler in there that doesn't necessarily sound great, but adds to the overall sound of the album. So that's my take on Geoff Tate's Operation Mindcrime 3, his own version, I guess. Again, released on May the 3rd of this year. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to make any comments about Geoff Tate or about the album or about anything I've said, you can do that in the comment section below. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. And we will see you all next Saturday night when we'll have this video out on time. Now that this week is past, I'm hoping it'll slow down at work too. So anyways, we'll take care. Have yourself a good evening and good night here from the Prog Monster.